We have breaking news out of The Hague in the Netherlands. The International Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant for Russia's Vladimir Putin for his alleged involvement in the unlawful deportation of children from Russia's occupied areas of Ukraine. Joining us now is Garry Kasparov, former world chess champion and chairman for Renewed Democracy Initiative. Garry, it's great seeing you. I just want your first reactions to this news from the International Criminal Court.
Long overdue. Yeah, it's great news. The list of Putin crimes is endless, but this time they had confession on television. It was a conversation between Putin and so-called ombudsman for children's rights in Russia. And she proudly said she had adopted one of the forcefully deported kids. We're talking about a few hundred thousands of Ukrainian children being forcefully removed from Ukraine and adopted by Russian families. And of course, there are a couple of millions, at least, of Ukrainians, adult Ukrainians, that have been also shifted from Ukraine to various Russian regions. But it's quite a unique situation because many of these crimes are committed by Russian troops in Ukraine. And this is genocidal war. It had real evidence. And very often on Russian television, Russian propaganda bragged about these crimes. And this time we had Putin personally making a confession about him blessing this crime, and I don't think it's an alleged crime because we have recorded confession.
Garry, many outspoken critics of Putin remain behind bars in Russia, including opposition leader Alexei Navalny and Vladimir Karamurza. How concerned are you about them and the thousands of other people who have spoken against Putin?
Concern is probably a very, very weak word because their life is in danger. And as for Vladimir Karamurza, his health has been deteriorating. He's in grave danger now, and hopefully something can be done. And you correctly said, it's not just Alexei Navalny or Vladimir Karamurza. There are thousands of political prisoners in Russia, and their fate depends on Ukrainian victory. Only Ukrainian victory, combined with Western sanctions and pressure on Russia, could lead to the collapse of Putin regime and eventual release of thousands of political prisoners and hopefully liberation of my country from Putin's fascism.
You know, Garry, it's not just them that are running in danger. Last month, your group, Free Russia Forum, was labeled a threat to the constitutional order and security by the Russian General Prosecutor's Office. I'm thinking that you've got to be kind of aware of what that kind of accusation could mean to you.
Yeah, look, we all now just, one or another, declare to be threats to constitutional order because we have been fighting Putin regime. All my colleagues who marched with me on the streets of Russia 10, 15 years ago, now either in jail like Navalny or Karamurza or others, or killed like Boris Nemtsov, or most of us, thanks God, are in exile. And while we understand the threats to us resulted as our activities and our incessant fight against Putin, we have to do it because many of our colleagues, our comrades, they are behind Putin bars. And they are just in grave danger. And unless we keep fighting, unless we win eventually, we believe we have to win, their lives may end abruptly at any moment.
Garry Kasparov, I thank you. Listen, take care. It's great to speak with you, and I thank you very much for your time.